Hello, Black Healing Matters family. Welcome back. Another day. This is Danielle, of course, your host here at the Black Healing Matters podcast, where every day we offer you ideas to hopefully move you one step closer to your healing. Happy Wednesday to you. Man, it's already Wednesday. The week just flies on by, man. I love it. Well, on Wednesdays here, we always focus on wellness because, of course, it's Welcome Wellness Wednesday. Feels good, doesn't it? I love it. I love the way that feels. It's like, a warm bath. And so, of course, when I think about warm bath, I think about, my, nice warm feeling on my skin. And of course, that thought of skin always links to melanin. And, for most of us, that's what melanin is. In popular culture, the word melanin is almost like synonymous with blackness. But the fact of the matter is, how much do we actually know about melanin? What is melanin? And is it just in our skin? What all does it actually do? You see, I actually started this journey of study and research about melanin because, for so long, you hear this narrative that, we're all the same and we all should love each other and just be happy and because we're all exactly the same. But the truth couldn't be more obvious that we're not all the same. We as Black people, we have our special attributes. We have, our love of music and rhythm and, food. And, there's just certain things about us. We can tell each other. We can pick each other out. We don't even have to see the skin. You can feel it. You can hear it in their voice. It's a certain soul connection when it comes to blackness that is much farther. It goes much deeper than skin. And I you may not agree with me on this, but I think for the vast majority of us, we absolutely know. When it comes down to it, we can tell that there is something very special and innately different about blackness. Now, of course, these things are almost never explored on a scientific level. But today, your girl had to bring you a treat. So today we're going to talk about what melanin actually is, what it does, and how, yes, the melanin that we all have, by the way, Black, white, Asian, everybody has melanin. But, of course, melanin has different, I'll let you listen to it, okay? There are different expressions of melanin within the different types of people. And so I'm going to link a video, which I found on YouTube. And this was the best video I could find. Trust me, I've been scouring for weeks looking for something. And this is the best video I could find. It is about 20 minutes long. But it's not just one person speaking. There are several different speakers. And these are all experts in their own right. There are probably some voices you've heard before. And if you'd like to actually watch this video, I'm surely going to link it in the show notes. So you can just hit the link and actually pop on over to YouTube and listen to it too. But of course, if you want the preview, you want to know what you're going to get into first, go ahead and listen to it here. I strongly encourage you, listen to the whole 20 minutes if you can. I know it's long. My episodes aren't usually that long, but trust me, this word melanin is like a buzzword nowadays, and it's just popping around from here and there. But rarely do we actually know what melanin is on a biological, chemical level. This will bless your life. I hope it does, like it's blessed mine. As always, fam, stay blessed. Of course, like, comment, share, YouTube, SoundCloud, Facebook. email, blackhealingmatters@gmail.com. As always, stay blessed, stay melanated. Black Healing Matters.
Melanin is a neurochemical that is produced in part through the pituitary and the pineal gland. They both play a central role in the production of melanin, which is ultimately responsible for the color that we have in our skin. Now, historically, it had always been thought that melanin played a significant role in the intellectual propensity of African people. For example, when you study some of the Greek writings on melanin or the color of Africans, many of the Greek philosophers believed that melanin played some sort of a role in how Africans had been able to create and develop some of the sciences that they had come to be known for. So melanin was always considered an intellectual sort of a chemical.
The pineal gland, which produces melanin, it's shaped like a pine cone. And the origin of the word pineal literally means resembling a pine cone. Now, in ancient symbolisms, the pine cone has always been represented because people knew the importance of the pineal gland as it related to melanin and the universe.
Melanin is a molecule, and the concept of melanin is it is black in its nature, and we find it in the cosmos, we find it in the heavens, we find it in water, we find it in land, we find it in everything that exists.
The sperm of the male and the egg of the woman, they're both layered with melanin, so that when the sperm penetrates the egg, there is a melanin explosion. And that melanin helps to formulate the fetus within that egg. And that fetus is literally coated with the melanin substance. And that melanin substance then goes on to form the brain and the central nervous system. So every human being begins with a melanin explosion.
Melanin is an intelligence. It's an intelligence because it is the primary dynamic in every part of the cell. It's a primary dynamic in the core of the human being as well as to the surface of the human being. Its intelligence is responsible for the forming of the nervous system. Every part of the nervous system has these little black dots all through it, which essentially carry information.
So melanin, from a physical standpoint, is that substance that accounts for what black people refer to as soul. We move differently, we walk differently, we talk differently because we have access to a different form of energy than other folk.
Not only is melanin a pigment, which is so obvious, but melanin as an intelligence is a communications module that essentially broadcasts as well as receives information by way of light and sound frequency signatures.
Scholars and scientists have been having conferences about melanin, to my awareness, at least since the 1920s. These scientists said that the pineal gland, they refer to the pineal gland as a vestigial organ. That is a calcified gland within the body that served no purpose. And it was only after the Vietnam War, in the late 60s and early 70s, that they began to rewrite their interpretation of the pineal gland. The reason for that was that a large number of African Americans fought and died during the Vietnam War. And whenever a soldier dies, there's an autopsy that's performed before their body is sent back to Dover Air Force Base.
The podcast you just heard was recorded with Anchor. If you want to make your own, download the Android or iOS app completely free from anchor.fm/podcast. That's anchor.fm/podcast.